So in this video, what we're going to do is we're going to show you how to do a simple, quick orchestra that has already been done in Logic Pro 10 and put it into Finale. I'm using version 25 on this, so the first thing that we will do is we will save an audio file of what this is, and we do that by going to the file menu and clicking on you can either export it as audio, or you can go to file and you go down to bounce and see it's going to have several different options for you to bounce it to. So you're going to go bounce it to audio file, after which you have selected all of the tracks themselves so that they're all highlighted, as you can see here. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go back down to bounce in the file menu, click region, project as audio file. It's the command B function on a Mac, and it's going to bring up the window of what file types you want to do. We're going to do a stereo interleaved file, as you always want to do when doing audio. And then you're going to click OK once everything looks good. And then it's going to bring up a file with this orchestral sample already in it. And then you're going to click OK. And it's going to save this to your folder that is called Bounces. And it's inside the folder that is the orchestral folder, or the orchestral movie sample in this case. So you're going to click OK once it's done. And now it's just going to go through and bounce it to MP3 or any other audio type files that you may have. And then while we're waiting for that, the reason why we do this is because sometimes Finale's playback is not as accurate as it needs to be. It doesn't sound as real. So that's why we do this, because when you post up your pieces for people to hear and to buy, they want an accurate assumption of what it's going to sound like in a real orchestral setting. So you're going to want to make sure that you have good quality audio files going with the piece, so that it's like ear candy versus eye candy. You look at the score and you see what's going on, but you actually hear with your ears what is possible with the piece. So that's why we bounce it to so many different versions, because so many people are going to want different versions. They're going to want a good audio file. So we're waiting on that to finish up. And mind you, it's got to go through a normalization process so that none of the instruments is peaking in the mix. And so once you're done with that, you're going to go down to export. And there's several options for exporting. You're just going to go down to export project as MIDI file. That's what you're going to do. And then once you click it, it's going to bring up the title of the piece, .mid, and you're going to click save. It's going to save it in your folder that has the title of the piece that you're working on in it. And then you're going to go to your Finder and you're going to find that piece. You're going to, just for kicks and giggles, you're going to type it in. Orchestra movie sample is what we call this. And then you're going to put that in. And once you find it, you're going to find Orchestra Movie Sample MID. That's the MIDI file. And then you're going to open it. You're going to use the files key signature. You're going to use the files time signature. If you want tracks to become stabs, you click that option at the top left. If you want channels to become stabs, which that's a different thing, you're going to click that right below the tracks to stab button. Or if you wanted it to be a staff to track list, you could also use that. So you're going to want to make sure you have all your options checked and click OK. Once everything is good, and you may want to linger on this page a while just so that you have everything. Click OK. And then there's your score right there in front of you. Now, it has all the instruments that have music in them that you played in the Logic file. Notice that it's not the completed orchestra file, even though we highlighted all of it. That is because if there are blank instruments that you highlighted that have no music or MIDI in them, the file will automatically leave those out. So you want to make sure, if you want the full orchestra, to at least play one note on each part. That way it will show up as a staff on the file for finale. So that's how we do this, and I hope to see you in the next video.